What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is episode 6 of In Motion. My man to my right, my man G. Gervin to my left, my man Mark Reed, and salute everybody. And we got a special guest today. He was on the actual first team that Strength and Motion put out onto the hardwood, onto the 94 feet. Coming to us live from Jersey, the Harlem Globetrotter himself, the Strength and Motion veteran, G. Warren Douglas. G. Warren, a.k.a. Tree. I'm just going to call you Tree. I know I just met you today, but I'm just going to call you Tree because G and Mark were calling you Tree. How you doing, Tree?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
We
Tree
good.
is
Tree
fine
could mean a
too.
lot of things. You tall?
A little bit. I mean, if you consider 6'8" tall, I think I'm all right then.
Dog, I'm 5'8". Oh, y'all walk in the room and you see that's the thing with tall people, man. Life is so much easier. Y'all walk in the club with a wife beater on, and you good. I gotta be smelling good. Down life down here at 5'8" is different. I gotta be smelling good. I gotta have a few dollars. 6'8", you just like, yo, I'm here. And then you hoop. Like then y'all walk like hoopers. Life is just easier when you 6'8", man.
And that's a brother who will walk into the club
Man, I
with
understand. You can't be out here skipping leg day. And you gotta be stretching. How you do that? That's how you get there.
Yeah, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got going on right now and about your journey with Strength and Motion, my man.
As of right now, I am with the Harlem Globetrotters. I'm in Jersey right now for a small tour that we're doing for Wildwood. It's been an amazing experience so far. But by myself, I am from Cleveland, Ohio. I am the first team for Strength Promotion, the first original team. Back then, we had a lot of dogs, so it was a different way of coming up. But my experience with Strength Promotion was, I'll say, it was different in a way for me because I had a lot of things going on at the time, but the experience overall, I feel like helped me along the way and was an amazing experience. I got to meet a lot of great people from across the world. I got to play with a lot of amazing players. Some of them no longer play and some of them do, but it was just an opportunity to come across different cultures and, to interact with other individuals made me a better person and made me have a better character. And, I owe a lot to these guys, the reason I am the way I am today.
We're gonna circle back to Strength and Motion. How did you become like how do you even become a Harlem Globetrotter? And you know what I'm saying? Like, how does that even happen? And then do you gotta?
I
Because
feel
see,
that.
when I think of it, I'm like, yo, they got all these tricks. Like, did you already know how to get busy to become a Globetrotter? Like, how does that even happen?
And it's crazy. So many people ask me this story all the time, like, is there a way to become a Harlem Globetrotter? And to be honest with you guys, like everyone's story is completely different. Like my story, me personally, like it kind of came at a better time in a terrible situation because like at that time when I got the offer from them, like I lose my phone for like 4 days. So like I'm going through it trying to find my phone. And then when I finally find it, I have like all type of missed calls, messages from Mark, G, mentors of mine, different other coaches, friends, cousins, and like just a lot of unknown numbers. And so the first person I call back is G. I'm like, what's going on? G calls me, but it's random and it's rare. So I know if he called me, it's about something important.
It's about
And
some money. You can say it.
I'm
It's
talking to
about some
G.
money.
Yeah. It's about better in life.
Yeah,
And
for
so
sure.
I'm talking to G, and he was just like, "Hold on, I'm gonna put you on the call." And I get this call from this guy, and it's a great dude. It's the CEO of the Harlem Globetrotters. One of my good friends right now, and he just was talking to me, made me an offer that I couldn't refuse or say no to almost. And, after deep consideration with my family, my coaches, my mom, we just decided to do what was best for me. And I figured that was the best decision for me at that moment. And now I'm going into my year 3, and it's been everything I thought it would be. And it's still surreal to this moment. But like I said, everyone's journey is different. Like I have a teammate who's from Poland, and he became a Harlem Globetrotter by attending one of our Magic passes. And he just showed off his skills. But to be honest, I didn't know how to spin the ball
Okay.
before I became a Harlem Globetrotter. I at all. Like
Yeah, he had to
I can
learn.
play basketball. I played basketball my whole life. I could never spin the ball. My dad was a boxer. He could spin the ball for minutes on his finger. And,
You know what's crazy is because I feel like it was a tough decision because I feel like y'all are all chasing the next team, the next place to go hoop, the next place. You know what I mean? Like whether it be overseas, whether it be G League, whether it be NBA, and you're like, okay, do I want to lock myself into this? And does that close the door on those other opportunities? So I'm sure that was why you probably consulted with the family and mom and like, okay, is this what's going to be best for me? Ultimately, it clearly was.
yes, most definitely. And even like with me joining, it doesn't block any
Oh,
opportunities.
okay, cool.
You are meant to you are meant to go where God put you, to be honest,
Amen.
as long as you work hard enough for it. And me personally, I just been enjoying my time with this, and I'm gonna continue to enjoy my time with this. No matter what I might do in the future, I know I will always come back to this because it was a big character development for me joining this, and I feel like it helped me in numerous ways as far as a young man, an individual, and just becoming a people person. Coming out of like being a social introvert and just talking to people. Public speaking is key. And I feel like that helped me a lot joining that. So I'm very grateful, to have the opportunity and still be a part of this program and this team, to be honest.
Yeah, so we were talking before the show started, and I was saying, man, like it's weird that we don't rehearse anything.
Mm-mm.
It's kind of really, off the top. And I said, man, it feels good, man. Tree being on our one of our first team, not one, the first team we ever had.
Yep.
And man, I called him. I got a text from the producers, like, man, who we having on today? And I had really totally forgot about that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
totally forgot,
Mm-hmm.
man. And I called Tree. I called him. He didn't answer. He called me back. Boom. 10 minutes later, we got him on here, man. I appreciate you doing that. Hearing you talk, man, it gave me chills, man, just to know where you started and where you're at now and where you're gonna continue to go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I think I speak for
I
everybody
appreciate you guys, man.
in the organization when we say we proud of you, man. We proud of you, and we appreciate you trusting us being on the first team,
Yep.
um,
Taking a chance.
taking a chance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it also. All the things you went through, and you had to persevere to get to this point. Like you said, everyone's story is different. And I don't want to. You might be writing a documentary or something. I don't want to tell all. I ain't gonna
Right.
tell all, but man, like hell of a journey, man. A lot of people could have, made some wrong turns, and you kept it towards the goal, man. And we proud of you.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And I appreciate that, man. I just want to sit here and give you guys your flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? You, Mark, Mace, G, sir, because like as you know, like I was going through a crazy time when I first joined the team. Those first 2 months was vital and key for me, and a lot of stuff could have went wrong, man. But with the support system I had then, the teammates I had, to be honest, man, I couldn't have did none of this without y'all, man. Like, and that's me giving you guys your flowers now, because like you could have easily, turned your back. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't have the best attitude every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just a part of me growing and going through situations that I couldn't control. And you guys, you never turned your back on me or, try to, what I'm saying, held me at a lower standard or anything. Like you still kept a high standard for me. And you push me every day, man. And to be honest, you guys are a vital part of the reason I am here where I am today. And to be honest, even just coming back to San Antonio, you guys allowed me to come back, hoop with your players, talk, mentor a little bit, just train if I want to, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of stuff that we don't have out here. Like it's a lack in genuineness right now. And like, you guys, man, it's just
Yeah.
been crazy, man. You guys are just all around good dudes, genuine people, man. And I'm
Oh,
just grateful to have you guys in my life still, man, to be honest.
we appreciate it, man. Like you were saying, man. Tree come a long way. Tree was real. I would say rough around the edges when we came. He was kind of being modest and putting up with them, but he had, like most kids, he had some things that he had to work out, and he did, and he's honestly my mom's all time favorite
Really?
player. Yeah, for sure. That has played for us. Besides her grandson.
Gratitude.
But yeah, but other than that, they still, they ask about Tree. They're still always wondering on this journey. And Tree, even when he left us and when he finished, he still came back in the summer. He still spent the summers with us. He got out of his normal background. And what we say is all the time is, your network is your net worth.
Mm,
And for him, he always stayed around people that were doing positive things. And I feel that's the reason why he's in the position where he is now. I mean, he decided to leave the streets of Ohio and where people were dying left and right around him and things like that. And he made the decision, even though everybody understands when you grow up in an environment that you call home, when you leave it, it's easy to go back. Just the familiarity
what you
brings you
know,
back,
right?
man. And so for him to even, to withstand that was big. For him to be able to not succumb to those peer pressures. Man, come on home, man. You're missing out. And he didn't feel like he was missing out. And of course, he took some encouragement from us as a coaching
Right, of
staff to
course.
stay home, and he stayed home, homed on his craft. He built his own relationships in San Antonio, man. We have so many kids, especially from the Midwest. We
Mm.
especially from the Midwest who come to San
And
Antonio, man,
now,
and they make it their second
know
home,
that.
and they find real comfort. I wanted to be able to take credit for us. We kind of help facilitate and make the transition a lot easier. But man, we have so many guys that find comfort in coming to San Antonio, and we try to make it as comfortable as possible. We put them to work. We make guys like them the examples, and so we still expect things of him. We still get on him. We still get on him every day. You know what I'm
Always,
saying, and
still,
stuff. And
to this
so
day.
everybody needs coaching. And especially in this game, and everybody needs reminders and stuff. And so he's still in development, and that's the beauty of it, man. Look where he is now, man. He's one of the few guys to ever get an opportunity to play for the Harlem
It's
Globetrotters,
awesome.
man. They're world renowned.
For
The
real.
World.
globe knows the Harlem Globetrotters. Lakers, Knicks, Harlem Globetrotters.
Amen.
They're all in the same voice, and so that's the cool thing about it, man. This is a young man from Ohio, man, that started off in prep school and wasn't really highly recruited, and man, this young man's a globetrotter now, man. He's hanging out with ambassadors of other countries.
Oh shit. Damn.
He's doing the things that, man, like people dream of doing in the game of basketball. So one, he's getting the game of basketball and he's getting his feel from the game of basketball. But second of all, he's building those relationships and he's getting a chance to see the world and see and really educate himself. That's real education when you go around and put
Most
yourselves in
definitely.
those uncomfortable
Right.
situations.
Again, joined by G. Warren Douglas of the Harlem Globetrotters, the inaugural strength and motion team. You said, when you come back, sometimes they allow you to mentor some of the kids that are in the program now. What are some of the things that you tell them about dealing with Mace and G and Mark and Sir and the program? What are some of the things you tell them so they can persevere and make good from their time with strength and motion?
I mean, I've kind of just tell them like, don't take everything so personal, because as them being like younger, which I can
Yeah.
understand, I can relate to them because I was a player also. I just take a lot of stuff personal, of what they're saying, but in reality, they want the best for us, just like they want the best for their kids, and at some point we gotta own, what I'm saying, what
Mm,
we do wrong as well as what we do right, you know. So I just try to tell them like, keep your head up, just continue to work hard, just listen. You know what I'm saying? Listening is a key thing. That's why you got two ears and one mouth. You're supposed to listen more. And I just tell them that just push through, man. Like, don't worry about the negatives, because the negatives gonna be there. You can't have negatives without positives also. So, as long as you stay positive in the negatives, more positive gonna come out of that. So I just try to tell them just remain humble, man. Just stay grounded, just listen, keep working hard, and better is to come for sure, especially if you believe better is to come. That's why I truly feel. That's why I truly say, that's why I tell them, I just try to give them motivation to keep pushing, man. It is hard out here, and everyone has their own outlook on stuff and on life. But like I said, me, the gym is like a mental place for me. Like I can go to the gym mad, I go out there a new person, I leave. So that's how I feel about the gym, and I try to like just spread that through the ears of other younger players.
Yeah.
Try to
What
keep them motivated.
in your 3 years with the Globetrotters, the favorite place you've been to?
Um, I liked LA because we played in crypto and we were the first team to play in crypto, and we
Okay.
played right before the Los Angeles Clippers got to play in there when they first opened. But my favorite place, I would say, all time, Montreal. Montreal was beautiful.
Really?
Um, yes, Montreal was beautiful. They only speak French there, so like it was kind of challenging, which is why I liked it more for the most part.
Mm.
And just trying to order food and stuff, but like just sightseeing and everything, like it's beautiful. The people they're nice, and they're overgoing. I'm like I said, I'm from the Midwest, so we don't really see too many people just going out their way to speak to people or help people out, and that's something they're big on out there, and that's something I respect the most out of them. So I say
That's
Montreal is
dope.
definitely a beautiful place.
I think that's dope, and I think it brings it full circle as to why we're doing this, to highlight that kids, you can, because I don't know you, I don't know your life, but I don't know if you get to go to Montreal, and I don't know if you get to play in crypto if not for this journey. Basketball, if you take it seriously, you stay grounded, can take you to see some things that you never thought you see when you're 6, 7, 10-year old G Warren. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Nah, most definitely. And like I said earlier in the pod, like it's still surreal to me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like I said, I'm going into year 3, and to be honest, like my biggest thing I took from this is like legit having fans. Like it's all like I had fans in college. Don't get me wrong. I had fans my whole life, but like I have the type of fans like I might be in a city and I might be in another country the next day, and I look up and they're in the same next country as me. I have fans like that now, so it's like that's something like I still haven't got used to. It's so surreal, man. Like having real fans that will travel anywhere across the world with you. It's a blessing, and I'm just grateful, man, appreciative. To have even a fan base of my own. Like it just shows how far I came and how much I worked to get here, man.
Yep.
Absolutely. Hey, man, well, again, we appreciate you taking some time out of your day. What's next? Where y'all headed to next as a Globetrotter? Anything you want to plug? Your social medias? Anything coming up where you, hey, this is the internet.
Uh,
Who knows who's going to see this?
now
What's up
most
next with
definitely.
Globetrotter?
Most definitely. We are coming up on our 100th year, so please stay tuned. I can't spill all the beans right
Oh,
now,
okay.
but if you do want to keep up with it, you can follow me on social media at Tree, the number 2 official, and I'll be posting things here and there. And I do have a clothing brand coming out soon. I
Okay.
will be dropping, so please stay tuned and follow me for that too. We I'm just trying to do a lot, especially this upcoming year. Like next year, I want to do something in my city as far as a nonprofit going on. So I'm trying to get that going. And I've been doing various things out in San Antonio as well. So everything's just been kept under wraps for so far. But if you want to be a part of it and you want to reach out, follow my Instagram Tree to Official, and we'll get something going, man. I appreciate you guys.
My man, Tree 2 Official. Y'all click that follow button and tap in with them.
Hey, before he goes, man, I got a Tree story. So Tree was
What's up?
on the inaugural team, man. So, when I grew
Oh,
up, man, we fought over the large pair of shorts.
right.
Everybody's running to the locker room before the game, man. You fought over them double X's,
Always.
man.
Always.
It was a guaranteed argument.
He already
You
know
know what
what
I'm
you about to
saying?
say.
So him and my point guard arguing one day, man. So Tree 6'8", point guard about 5'7". They fighting over the medium shorts. So I couldn't even
Need
I
them,
didn't know
man.
how to respond.
It's a new day. It was
It's
a
a
new
new
day,
day,
man.
man.
It's a new day.
Hey, Tree was, not having it, man. He wanted them
The
itty
Cleveland
bitty.
came out of him.
Cleveland, man. Shout out to Haste and Fontenot.
That's my dog, man. To this day, that's my brother right there, man. My first roommate too, man. Like a all around good dude, man. But I needed them mediums, man. I got this 40-inch vertical. I can't be out here no extra large just trying to jump around. You know what I'm saying?
I
They
feel you, dog.
gotta see this 40-inch vertical, man. And
That's
that's
what's
my dog, man. Shout out to Hasten for sure.
That's what's up, man. Hey, we appreciate your time, Tree. Y'all look him up. Tree2 Official, G. Warren Douglas. Good luck, man. And like I tell everybody that we have on here from the Strength and Motion program, you're truly few percent people get to do what you do. Keep pushing, keep striving. You got a new fan in me, and good luck to you, my brother.
All right, Tree,
Deepest
be safe.
gratitude, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
All right, my man. Take it easy.
All right,
All
man.
right,
Be
safety
careful.
now.
All
All right.
right.
Yes, sir. Y'all too.
Sir. About to get going. We about to lock in. If for those that don't know, if this is your first time seeing the show, Strength and Motion is still a post grad school, but this is going to be the inaugural year of the high school team,
Yes.
the Icemen. So
Yes.
we close to tip off, are we not?
Monday.
Monday.
What? Oh, game?
No, school.
Oh, school.
School.
Oh, school.
It's here.
Oh
Monday.
man, I don't
It's
want to
here.
talk about school. What they got? School.
School, man. Reality's here, buddy.
School.
Everybody
but-
go hug a teacher, man. You know,
No, teachers have it hard, man.
Hey, man.
They have it hard. What the hell? I'm praying for
My
the
heart
teachers. 'Cause
goes out to them.
you ain't lying. They're about to replace all the teachers with AI though, so hey, y'all gotta
be
figure.
prepared.
Yeah, get
Ready
prepared.
to pivot.
Yeah, but
Y'all like y'all's team?
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Yeah.
That's not. See, I said, do you like the team?
Oh yeah, I love them. I love
Yeah,
them.
well, great bunch of guys.
Okay.
Man. You know, we got a great group, man, and they're still taking shape. You know, now that they're getting in shape, and so you're really starting to get to see their personalities now that they're starting to. You know, they're on the way up now. We kind of broke them down the last couple of weeks, and so now you're starting to see them build up, and so. I mean, a great bunch of guys, man. Now it's just time to get them ready for this
Gauntlet.
this gauntlet, man. This tough.
What's in
schedule.
shape? What is the litmus test for strength and motion? Before I let you touch my basketball, what's in shape?
Man, you gotta be able to play 40 minutes.
Gotta be able to play, man. You gotta be able to play 40 minutes, man. You gotta be able to withstand adversity, you know, without being subbed, you know, especially in practice. You know, you're definitely supposed to practice a lot harder than you do in the game because then it'll kind of be automatic. So just bringing the intensity and making it just normal and just making it a part of your everyday play. And so we're working on that now. But man, we got a great group of guys, man. We're excited, man. We got some pieces, man, where it's kind of hard to believe that they're not in school.
Mm.
And so so we're excited, man. We we got some guys that we're really thinking that they got high ceilings. And so yeah,
Very
man.
much so. Very much so. Key word, man. They're working. You know, they're working, and they're absorbing what we're telling them. We got a group that's really in love with it. You know what I mean? They're in love with every part of the waking up in the morning. They fought it the first couple of days, but now, you know, we just got done practicing. Actually, you know, we went from 5:30 to about 12:30 and got here and did this at 1 o'clock.
5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. What are you doing for 7 hours?
Everything you need to do.
Lord, everything, man. all the things that they need to do, man.
That's a
It's a job.
that's a shift.
Yes,
It's a real shit.
shift, man.
5:30 to 12:30.
Yeah.
So how do you keep that up during school?
So like right
For
now, like
strength
G
and
was
motion.
saying, like, that's what G was saying. Like right now, we're breaking them. You know what I mean? Like we're breaking them. It'll start getting lighter and lighter and lighter as we get closer to actually playing. We'll play so many games
Maintenance.
that it'll just be maintenance the rest
Oh,
of the
okay.
season until we get to the off season. You know, our goal every year is to try to put 10 pounds on them as fast as we can. So they're looking different from the last time a coach seen them. And then we get in the season, you know, is trying to maintain. They'll probably lose,
Of
4
course,
or
'cause
5
all the
pounds
running,
in the
right.
season.
Mhm.
So, and then after the season, try to put it back and put a little bit more on. You know, it's a process to gain weight, getting stronger, getting into college shape. And so, they're here for it,
Well, it is
and
what
they're
it
loving
is.
it.
They loving
is
it.
what-
They loving it though.
Yo, so I wanted to talk to you about this because it's something we've talked about not quite a bit. We've talked about it maybe 2-3 times. And I don't know if you saw it, so I'll fill you in. I'm sure you did. But head coach at University of Houston, Kelvin Sampson, pissed off every trainer in the world.
Ooh, I saw that.
He upset some trainers, even some trainers that I've seen that y'all deal with that y'all believe in. The training world is not too happy with Kelvin Sampson, who said, "Hey man, it's cool you out there with your cones.
I love
It's
it.
cool
man.
you out there by yourself." But he said we play 5-on-5. Now, look, it's hard for me to argue with a man that just had his team in the Natty. Okay,
Come on, man.
it's hard for me to argue. Like it's hard for me to get upset
for the
with
last
Kelvin.
few years, he's been
Yeah.
in the hunt.
But there's still a place for the training sessions.
I just think it's overdone. I think the market is just super saturated, and I think that's more what he's saying. I don't think he's
We ain't talking about
know.
there's a specific group of guys that are really good at it.
yeah, and then they player develop. They go through drills and stuff, and the drills are necessary. But I think now it's just become more of a revenue stream for a lot of these folks, man. And I think it's more, it's a soundbite. So I'm sure it was taken out of context at some point, but I mean, he was right, man. They don't
He was
guard,
right.
and I guess us coming being unks or
I'm
old
Unc. I'm
school
Unc.
guys,
I'm Unc. OG. Whatever. Yeah.
yeah, we didn't do that, and so we played. We were at the gym. We was at the Y. We went to the West Side Y, West End. We went to Lady Bird. We went to whatever college was open. And I think it was more of that before, and so you're getting those. You're really getting that sparring. You're getting that. You have to go through that with your peers.
But there's some Uncs and OGs that vehemently disagree with him because they're good at it.
Yeah. So you definitely need extra reps. You need to
Sure.
be doing stuff that separates you, right?
Definitely.
But at the same time, there are some guys that are really good in drills,
And it don't translate.
It don't translate, right? And so you need to be shooting your 500 jumpers a day. You need to be dribbling the ball every day, and it's good to have someone telling you to work on this and that. But at the end of it, you got to play. And even if you're just playing one-on-one,
Exactly.
like you have to be going up against someone because, like you said, cones don't move, cones don't bump you.
You got to balance it out.
Yeah, cones
don't
ain't
talk.
gonna foul you. They don't talk crazy to you. So, I mean, it's definitely a necessity, man. Just for separation, you got to be shooting more than your teammates. If I only do what we do in practice, I can never separate from you. You know what I mean? And so, definitely a spot for trainers. I think, like G was saying, they took that out of context, or there was more that came before, came
There
after.
was more. There was more to it than that. But that's all the trainers heard, and they were all offended and upset. But I agree with you. I mean, and again, that's Kelvin freaking Sampson.
Man,
How am I
come
going
on,
to
man.
disagree with Kelvin
You
Sampson?
You can't. Not in his body of work. You can't disagree with him. And he had his opinion about it, and I respect that because I just think the market has just been oversaturated.
Again, out there, there's bad radio hosts, there's bad TV hosts, there's bad cops, there's bad teachers. There's people taking advantage of the system and of parents' money and time too. It's like, okay, what is my son really or his daughter really getting out of this? Because when I see him, when
It's
I'm
not
paying,
translating.
when I'm paying
Exactly.
these $2-3 grand to go to Atlanta for 10 days,
It's not
my
translating.
kid don't look better.
It's a necessity. It's kind of like, everyone didn't lift weights in the 80s, you know what I mean? Until everyone started lifting weights, and so I think that's where we are with this. Everyone wasn't doing trainers. You had to.
You stole moves.
Yeah.
You stole the moves.
And
That
you
was
went out
how
and
you was
practiced.
doing.
Stole
You
a
went out
move.
and practiced it. It was just that basic. It was like, ooh, I'm taking that. Either you told somebody else or you didn't. And you worked on it. Everybody moves differently, so it might have just came. It might have the
More
results.
natural for somebody else.
Yeah, but it's just you stole moves, and that was just as simple as that. And so it kind of came down to where it's more tennis and golf based, where where you came up with instructors, and
Yeah.
I think it just kind of went crazy.
Yeah, I feel.
And even with the trainers, everyone kind of plays the same now.
Yeah.
What do you
know
mean?
what I mean? Everyone Euro steps.
Everybody got a side.
Everybody got a
step.
step
Everyone
back,
got a
side.
side step. It's. I don't know how much more you can do in basketball. The rules have changed a lot, but it's just like everyone kind of plays the same. It's just this person shoots it better than that person, or you know what I mean. This person's 6'7" doing this move instead.
So
of
it looks better because he's
6'7". He can get the shot off a little cleaner, but yeah, man, it just going and just sparring. I think that's the key to growth. Who you're sparring against means a lot too.
Definitely.
If you're sparring against someone you're better than just flat out better,
you're not gonna get no
you're
better.
not gonna get no better. But if you move around and you chase smoke, man, you want to play against the best. See where you are.
Right. Y'all love the game, so obviously you're gonna watch. But are y'all a fan of the game still? Like, do you sit down and do you log a lot of NBA time? Do you log a lot of college basketball time? Do you like? Because this season more than ever, and my producer Hosea said all year long when we're doing the show, we're doing my other podcast. All we see in the chat is I hate today's NBA. I hate it. 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 Do y'all enjoy the game still?
I love it, man. Like,
you do?
It's still a beautiful game. I mean, we're not talking just NBA.
We're just talking about the game.
The game, exactly. So, like me and Mark, man, we watch the game at all levels. And so, we of course, we're dealing with the high school right now, but we watch EuroLeague, we watch the the FIBA,
deep.
we watch the FIBA U18, U16, U17. So, we watch all that, man, and so, man, I still love the game, man. We have a team in Australia, so we partially own a team in Australia in Brisbane, and so we're watching there all the time, and so I would still love the development part of the game. I think that's the fun part. When you start getting into the big leagues and stuff, it's you can have your opinions about it and stuff.
It's entertainment, man.
Yeah, it's more entertainment based.
Entertainment. I think college is still
your favorite.
Pure. I think it's still pure.
You do?
I do. I mean, there's money involved, but like, it's a dream to go to the.
Oh God!
You know what I'm saying? Go to March Madness.
Oh my God!
I
mean?
Every
year
like
I'm jealous.
A stepping stone in a basketball player's career. There's a lot of people, not a lot, but people get to skip that step. But man, for most part, that's the. Man,
and it's still result based.
Yeah, I want to.
As
a freshman, I want to start varsity. I want to go to college. I want to go to the tournament. I want to win the national. So it's part of it, man. And that's just a great feeling, that tournament.
Well, it's a great. I'm not shocked at y'all's answer, but I like y'all's answer because I don't know where he was coming from, but they caught your dad, George Gervin, Iceman. He was coming from somewhere, and the camera's like, "Hey, man, how would these kids do against you back in your day?" And he was like, "Man, let these kids have their day.
Yeah.
Like, that was my time. I had my time. Now let these kids have their moment." Because I feel like the unks.
Yeah.
We like, it's Mike. That's just it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to hear about it. We don't want to hear about Shea Gilgeous. We don't want to hear about it. It's kind of like, it just looks different.
Yeah, it is.
It looks different, but that don't make it a worse product, or does it?
No, it's like, so say for instance, so now I'm coaching in the Big Three, so
right.
I'm around the real OGs, so I'm around the Iceman, I'm with Dr. J,
right.
I'm with Cooper, I'm with I'm Nancy Lieberman Klein, she was a bad woman in herself, and so I'm around these folks, man, and listen, van talks, dinner talks and stuff, listening to them talk about it, man, and they're not bitter in the world. They talk about the money. It's like, whoa, this is crazy. Back in my day, but they respect what's going on right now. Chris Paul, man, did a real monumental thing, when he was, with the players, association, man, and fighting for the old players to have insurance, and to have insurance coverage, after their playing days, and so now. These past NBA guys, where the game is past them,
knees and whatever
they have insurance now, man, and so now these guys are living a lot longer, and so these guys, especially the real OGs, the Mount Rushmores, I call them the transcendent players. So when you have Dr. J, he was a transcendent
For
player.
sure.
The Iceman, who was one of the first big guard. Transcendent players. And so Nancy Lieberman Klein, man, transcendent players, man. Shoot, she had a tryout with Globetrotters and
That's
NBA.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And so just being around them and listening to their perspective of it, man, they have all the respect in the world for what's happening right now. But they're doing well in their own right now. So, they're in a good place.
Yeah.
They're in a position right now where they can say, hey, I was, I was a part of that.
Right.
I was, I'm partially responsible where the game is right now.
I was a building block.
I was a building
Yeah, I
block.
was a building block. But then you get guys like head coach of the LA Lakers,
You got
JJ
Teague,
Redick.
You got Teague and
Yeah.
guys like that, man.
Yeah.
Them podcast guys.
Yeah,
man.
so JJ Redick will say, well, these guys, anybody post, pre-70s or pre-80s.
Plumbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then that would make me, if I'm one of the pioneers, one of the building blocks, now I'm pissed. And I'm saying, because there was skill, though.
I don't think he really means it like
What do
that.
you think he
man.
meant, Mark?
I think a lot of people are doing stuff for
clicks.
Yeah, man. Like
and he's smart as I don't know what, man. He do, man. Come on, man. That education, he knew better what was going to get him attacked in
In the algorithm, it don't matter if it's positive or negative.
Man. He said that, then he was on First Take.
And then he's a Laker coach. Come on, man. Where we at?
Podcast with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then he's a head coach.
Yeah, he's a head coach, man. Like,
so yeah,
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask y'all that for a couple of weeks. Because I guess, again, it's just the internet. It's just
the game is constantly evolving, man. And, with these trainers, I think a lot of these young guys are very, very skilled. The game allows them to do a lot more now than in the past. You were really kind of locked into a position. There's Ice, Magic Johnson, those guys, like he was saying, are transcending. But for most part, man, 6'8" and above, you played, or I'll say 6'10" and above, block to block, elbow to elbow. You shot threes, 3, 2, 1. Wasn't no pick and pops.
No, hell no.
You know what I mean? It wasn't that.
Patrick Ewing wasn't gonna let you do that.
You better give me this ball. You know what I'm saying? Right here. I'm
Right.
ready.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And so, it's a beautiful game, man. It's kind of some of everything we were saying, man. It's a beautiful game. College, to me, is still the purest. NBA is amazing in the playoffs. You see,
I see how you stress the playoffs, though.
the playoffs.
Playoff,
It's
man.
different.
Yeah,
You know what I
playoff
mean?
intensity
They're
is-
seeing the same teams, best of 7, where I get to see coaching adjustments. I get to see, players adjustments. I done seen every move. Now, can you still get it off on me? Just playing the game. So it's still a beautiful game, man.
All right. I was just making sure y'all because again, y'all are biased because you truly love it, would die for it. So your perspective is a little bit jaded because, like you said, y'all watching everything. But I mean, y'all played the game at the highest level, so I got to take y'all's opinion to heart. InMotion what's the website that people can look y'all up?
SNMotion.com.
SNMotion.com. How things? I know we talked about the Iceman. How are things post grad before we get out of here?
Excited about them as well.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
Yeah, man. We got
internationals.
Yeah, we got a good blend of kids, man, and they're hungry and want it. They truly want it.
They got here early. They're here early, and they're, they want a piece of the American dream.
Don't we all?
Yeah, buddy.
Don't we all? SNMotion.com. Anything you need to plug, G, Mark?
I mean, no, man, just, be watching out for us, man, with the, the high school this season, man.
I need a schedule. We got to get the schedule out. I need to post that so people can come support. I can come support. Jose can come and watch. We can come check y'all out, man. So as soon as y'all get the schedule, I know you probably already have it. Get that over to me.
Trying to finalize some things.
Yeah, finalize some things.
Well, I guess when you play in town, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Not too much, though. We're going to be chasing scholarships, man.
So you got to get out the city.
We gotta move
gotta
around,
move
man.
around. I don't say we gotta get out the city, man.
don't
We
move
No,
chasing
yeah, I don't want nobody to
scholarships.
take that the wrong way.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
moving
We
around.
chasing them.
Yeah,
So,
we're
yeah.
moving around.
So we
Yeah,
gonna go.
putting the kids in the best possible place to get seen.
We're gonna go where the game gonna take us.
Amen to that. snmotion.com, episode 6. G, Mark, always appreciate y'all. Shout out to our special guest, D. Warren Douglas. Check him out with the Globetrotters.
G. Warren Douglas.
G, did I say G?
He said D. He gave
Oh,
changed it up.
G as in Greg. G. Warren Douglas.
AKA
G.
Tree.
AKA Tree. Mark, Strength in Motion. snmotion.com. Check us out. Appreciate y'all's time.
Yep.